Yeah, y'all. One LVZ. Back with another video. Like, share, subscribe, peep game. Now, this is for my sister Auntie because I did not touch on what I meant. Alright, we're going to talk about this. I say that they don't like black people, hate on black men who work. It's the truth. Let's take it back a notch. In the crack era, one thing we forget to talk about, it became corny to work. It was hard to find work before the crack era, which is why a lot of people hopped into the crack game. But in the crack era, when people started making money, it was considered corny to work, especially at that time in the early 80s. Motherfuckers was making change, pennies. I remember my father saying he was making like $2.75, $3 an hour. That shit wasn't. Think about that. Crazy shit like that. They were getting nickels and 5-cent raises. I mean, just as an example of what I'm trying to touch on now. So that was the first thing. So making major money was associated with drug dealing. Then you go to the music, hip hop. It was most of the brothers that was rapping didn't have jobs. Nobody was rapping about 9 to 5s. And then when you think about how much money it costs to go to the studio, a lot of times people were what people were doing were subsidizing their music career with the drug game. So, or at least fabricating about it. A lot of them were sponsored by people who lived that exact life. So when you think about that, that leads into what I'm talking about when I say that they didn't respect black men who work. I mean, they don't. I mean, all right. So you fast forward. You start noticing the D-boys get most of the girls when you're in high school. I know this from my personal experience because it transformed me from an honor student to a D-boy. Real talk. And a lot of people did. To be popular. And then you coming from single parent homes and in a black neighborhood where maybe some people's parents was on crack. I just come from a single parent home where my father had a lot of kids and I'm staying with my auntie and this and that. So needed extra money. I flip my money, make my money. So I could have things without asking or being a burden to the house. A lot of kids did that too. I got a school job though, working at the Burger King, because I didn't mind working at the Burger King. What I would notice is that some girls did like that I worked, and that's true. But a lot of people, amongst my peers was like, nigga, why you working? Or like, that's cool, but I can't do that shit because I ain't gonna make no money. And they was right. You really don't make the money, but you just don't have to hassle. When you fast forward, I went to the military, which was cool, and that's looked at as honorable. I got home, and I got to working as a father, single father. And like I said, a lot of people like that I work as a single father. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is people don't respect us when we do work. Because when you go to work as a black man, you got to walk on eggshells. You can never be yourself because they don't want you to be you. When you're allowed to be you, it's perceived as a threat most of the time. And you could receive backlash as far as termination and, ostracization where you don't even get a job no more. So then when you look at the take-home pay, most of the time you get entry-level positions, low-level manual positions. Look, I've been an electrician, maintenance man, mover, this, that, the third. I've done it all. If it haven't been for the fact that I've done all that, now I can come into a position where I'm, okay, I can dictate what I earn because of my experience. But as a youngster, school didn't give you any real, School doesn't give you any job training or on-the-job training. It just teach you basic shit so you're not retarded when you work a menial, low-level job. For real. The educational system trains you to work for this machine. But what it trained you for is working at the motherfucking Wegmans and the J.C. Penney's. Just because I'm looking at that shit, right? But real talk, that's what it trained you for. It trained you to work for some corporation and know only one aspect of the corporation because that's what they want you to know. And they give you pennies on the dollar and you go, I's got a good salary. And you can't miss a day because you know that rent due. And if you don't go to work, master get mad and you can't pay your rent. But back to what I was saying about Blackmen working. So you listen to music, you hear people talking about how money ain't a thing, and oh man, I fuck a 9 to 5 and a 9 to 5. Seriously, you go amongst your peers, you get off of work, they see you, oh, where you work at? Such and such, such, such. Oh, that's cool. But once you get to working, you know, it's an argument about time with your lady. You ain't never here. Shit, I work all the time. I mean, seriously. A black man who works, seriously, it's hard. We don't really get the respect we deserve. We always the low man on the totem pole. It's the truth. It's just the truth. I'm not saying this from everybody, but that's really, I've known that. It's a mutual feeling. It's like, yeah. And I mean, blue collar, white collar, if you really ask them, they don't feel respected. The community don't look at you and go, man, that brother. No, they don't. And they shouldn't even, really. I mean, because for real, what all you doing is feeding the machine and running on a hamster wheel. We all are. So I guess, you know, like I say, I guess nobody feel like giving you praise for some shit you supposed to do. That's how we are as black people. We don't give you praise for shit you supposed to do. But at the same time, I'm just letting y'all know, seriously. And if you talk to other black men, you brothers, is it just me? Am I far off? Sometimes, you know, you getting off of work, you on the train, motherfuckers looking at you because you dirty and shit or whatever. You got a car. They looking at you, you're like, how you doing, sweetheart? She looking at you like, nigga, dirty. You know what I'm saying? It's real talk, especially you youngsters. Y'all know what I'm talking about. So leave a comment. Let me see if I'm off or not. Let me know if that was just me or what you think. Sisters, let me know. Chime in. You know, I love to hear what y'all think. Anyway, whatever you see. I'm out.